The cost of living crisis, which started in 2021, has had an effect on most, if not all, of the UK. It's forcing more and more families, individuals and businesses into debt, and some are unable to afford basic necessities such as food. Most families across the UK are feeling the effects much worse than others, and parents are struggling to afford things like clothes for their children. Research from the charity Mind shows that the mental health of more than 1 in 5 people has been affected by the crisis, and the link between money and mental health is clearer than ever. Yet despite this, I feel that the topic is rarely talked about, so that is what I'm looking into in this film. I spoke to Caroline Keach, one of the deputy heads of student services at Truro College. She believes that the government should listen more to young people so that they can then provide specific help and support.
I work in student services. Our job is absolutely to remove barriers for learners so they can come and they can learn. And I think sometimes in our experience, actually, some of the sort of traditional structures don't work that well for young people, I would say. So, for instance, at the college, we work on a project with a third sector organisation called Young People Cornwall, and they have youth workers that are on site throughout the week. And what we've noticed about that type of support is it works fantastically well for our learners that are like 16 to 19. And we think the reason that it works is because it's really flexible. So a youth worker can listen to a young person and then they can really flexibly respond to that. So it might be that they can find them some money to pay a utilities bill. It might be that they go along to a youth club to make friends because the sort of loneliness problems and things like that. And they've got all these different things that they can offer, which I think works really well for young people. Lots of people really struggle with poverty, particularly in sort of rural communities, and there are difficulties sort of getting work and getting around and all of those sorts of things. So I think young people need to tell government and they need to tell institutions what it is that they need, because realistically, those big structures, they're not in the same position as those clients, are they? They're not in the same position as those young people. So I think listening to young people is really important in terms of what they're saying that they need.
I also spoke to Charlotte, a student from the Newquay University Centre who has struggled in the past with finding work and continues to struggle to balance studying alongside working. So I'm researching the cost of living in the UK and determining how much it has an effect on our mental health and how we go about our day-to-day lives. Would you say that there's a direct link between mental health struggles and financial issues such as paying bills, buying essentials, stuff like that?
There is, in the way that jobs are harder to come by due to the population growing. For me and other people struggling to find work. While the cost of living is rising, life has many added stresses which directly impact mental health. I'm a student at uni, and while many students have extra financial support, for many the student loan is not enough and a job is needed to afford necessities like food and rent. Financial struggles are detrimental to mental health because if you can't afford to look after yourself, your self-esteem drops and you feel very low.
So the bill came to there's loads on here, £167.05. Back then I used to do a monthly shop. That would have been a month's worth. But like the receipt is literally, look at that. That's crazy.
Young people shouldn't be leaving college or university anxious and stressed about their future because of financial issues or lack of mental health support. I personally believe that there is a lot more that the government could be doing to help out with mental health issues and financial support.